welcome back. This is Athumani Nzowa from ManiFx.net, and in the previous tutorial, we learned that how to install the Geo Renko system, and we managed to install. Right now, we are going to go to the indicators on our Renko chart, and just for recapping from the previous tutorial, which was tutorial 3. In fact, we had M1. So from the M1, we dragged the Renko Builder Expert, and then we built the Renko chart based on these parameters. And then from there, we went to File, and then we opened offline file, and then we opened the respective M10 of our pair, and our pair is GBP Aussie. So we search for GBP Aussie M10, and then we click to open, and here we got this one. Now from here is where we put the indicators, and then we start interpreting the data, when to buy, when to sell, and when to exit. So as I pointed before that the Renko chart is actually governed by only one parameter, which is the movement of price. But it is not governed by volume and time as normal charts. That's why you see all our time frames here are inactive on our Renko chart. So we just focus on the movement of price. And in fact, this was my best discoveries I've ever made in my life, apart from discovering other life things that are probably in other areas. So at the end of the day is that how do we now put the indicators in our chart? So we just come here to templates, and then we select the template that we installed before. So we're gonna take Athumani Geo Renko System. Here we are. So you're going to get something like this. So in order to see the end of the chart, you just click here on Shift End of the chart from the right border. So this is our Renko chart with indicators that we have put. So when do you buy and when do you sell? So I'm going to start with selling. Okay, so when do you sell? So you sell when these factors happen. First of all, you will have the cycle, which is the the exit semaphore, and then you're gonna have the star-like, which is a entry semaphore, or it acts as a fractal. In fact, this one confirms that now the movement is going to the other direction. And also down here, you have a pink bar. And then the future line is actually going down. I repeat, when do you sell? You sell when the following happens. When you have a star here, when you have a cycle, when you have a pink bar. Because blue bar means buy, the pink bar means sell. And the future line goes down. If you have if you have the star here or the fractal here, and then you have a cycle and a pink bar, but the future line keeps pointing up, do not sell. It means that the trend somehow goes further up. Okay, so you're going to sell, and when do you exit your sell? You're going to exit your sell when the following also happens. When you have a cycle, when you have a blue bar, and the future line points up. And then, in fact, the future line is going to be on the tip of the bar from upward. It's not coming from downward. That is the part you have to understand, because if it is let's say just something here to draw. Just a second. So if the future line, or now on the exiting, if the future line is at the bottom of the bar, it means somehow the trend is going to go up. But if the future line is on top of the bar, it means now it is time to go up. So when we close is that we close when we have the cycle, and then when we have a blue bar for buy, and then the future line points up. Okay. The the fractal here, it actually confirms that our direction is now fully twisted to the opposite direction. Okay, so when we close, this one is not necessary to happen, because at the end of the day, if you wait for this to happen, you're going to lose at least 48 pips. Okay, so that's how easy it is. So you can see that the future line predicts that the the trend or the position will go until it reaches this part here. Okay, and as you can see that here, in fact, we have a verified support. So at the end of the day, it is a really good position for us, because at the end of the day, we're going to come from here up to here, and then the support tells us that it is verified it. Okay, so and the other thing is that we confirm that the move goes down as we have a verified resistance also. Because if we just had untested and all that, probably would say that okay, this trade might go up and all that, because it was maybe tested only once. So at the end of the day is that we have a verified resistance, so and it says that it is going to go down here, despite we have a bit of weak support here. So we're gonna go down to verified support as per our future line tells. So in case of anything happens, our future line will actually tell us. Probably it is going to slow down the trend, and probably it's going to go, maybe it's going to slow down, but maybe even if it slows down, for how further it's going to go down. So this is how simple the system is. Now, when do we buy? So I've explained about selling, and then I've also explained about, I've explained about how to close your sell. Now I'm going to explain about buying. Okay. So when do we buy? So buy when we have a blue line, we have a cycle, and then we have a fractal, which is a star-like formed here. So at the end of the day is that on here USD card, it means that we, of course, as you can see that we have already reached the support here, and probably now it is going to turn into verified support, because it has now touched the second time. So in order to wait for buying opportunity, it means that we have already had the blue bar, and make sure that this blue bar stays permanent. Okay, so it's not just a flickering, it just has to stay permanent. So at the end of the day is that when we want to buy, it means that we'll have a blue bar, and then we'll have a cycle, and then we have a fractal, and then the future line points up. So at the end of the day, why are we not buying this opportunity? Is because we have we have three factors which tells us to buy except one, which means the future line points up, that is yes to buy. The blue line has appeared, that is yes to buy. The cycle of semaphore has occurred, that is yes to buy. But we have one no. We don't have a fractal, which is a star like this, which is an entry semaphore, which actually gives us the final confirmation that we now need to buy. So these are the factors that, if the maybe three factors will appear on your position, but only one is missing, do not take that position. Wait until all the four parameters have confirmed. Similarly, on this occasion, for example, oh, this is the best opportunity, by the way. You can see that we have a cycle, 1, we have a fractal, 2, we have a pink bar, 3, we have the future line, which tells us that we should take the position downwards, 4. So it means that the four parameters have confirmed that we should take a sell position, and from here we can take a sell position. But otherwise, we should not take a sell position. I think I'm very much understood. Okay. So similarly here is that we cannot really take a buy position because we lack a fractal or entry semaphore. Okay. So this is how you buy and this is how you how you sell. So you exit when three of the parameters happen. Where was it? Hmm. Yes, so it means that we are going to, this is a good example that why are we not closing this opportunity? Is because we have the cycle, yes, and then we have a blue bar, yes, but the future line is not pointing up. That means the trend still goes down. That's why I did not close this. So this is the very good factor that you should know that how the system works, even if we have the repainting indicators. So despite that the semaphore is a repainting indicator, but other indicators help you confirm that we are going in the opposite direction or we keep on going down. So as you can see, our future line nicely tells us that the trend keeps going down. So we should not close it because it is not it is not turned the opposite direction. Okay, so this is how you close and this is how you open yourself. So and some of the things that I did not point out is that if you face any problem and you want to contact me directly, you can just email me at georenko at manifx.net. So GEORENKO at manifx.net. Thank you very much. And this is how we use the system. The good thing about it is that you are now free from losses. That's the thing I have to point out to you. Because at the end of the day, even when I trade, I don't even put the stop losses. It's not that it's it's not advised, and probably it's a bad habit somehow not to put the stop losses. But the thing is that I'm very much sure of my system and it's over 95% accurate. And with the accuracy that I have, you don't even need to start with maybe $1,000 or uh, maybe $20,000 and all that. No, you can just start small and then you can just keep on increasing your lot sizes, and then at the end of the day, you can reach to thousands and thousands of dollars. Because even for me, the way I do is that I may start with $20, and then I can go maybe to $1,000, and then I withdraw everything, and then I start again. But right now, in the next tutorials, that I'll give you some tips on how you can actually maximize your profits, and how can you duplicate your profits how can you duplicate your profit exponentially with the same position probably you are taking. So probably if you are making $100 a day, how can you make $1,000 with the same capital, and then within the same day? And then the other thing is that how can you earn more money faster and easier on what pairs that you should use, and probably what should you do. But at the end of the day is that I'm going to explain further and further, and probably every week I'm going to be releasing the tutorials so that you understand even further on how to enjoy your trading. Because at the end of the day is that you should not worry about uh, how to trade and all that, because my system is that it does not need you to do any sort of analysis like any other maybe systems that people are using, and you just look on know that whether I should buy or whether I should sell, as simple as that. And then the other thing is that you don't need to watch your screen all the time. You just set your trade and then you just forget it. And probably if it hits the TP, which is the take profit, you just close it. So normally how I trade is that I just look for the opportunities in the morning and then I set my trades and then I just leave them. So even if they're gonna take maybe a day or two, so long as that they're gonna reach the take profit that I put, or are they gonna reach the future line where it is going to bend. So as you can see here, maybe at first the future line showed until here. That's why I put the take profit here. But somehow in the market, it shows that the future line, somehow the market is going to bend here because the market is very dynamic. It is not that constant. So depending on the forces between the buyers and sellers, probably the speed or the strength of the selling strength is going to decrease and things like that. So my system does everything for you. So you just know when to enter. Once you just follow the four parameters that or the four factors, and then you exit once the three factors that have already been reached, and then you just close your trade. And then the other thing is that the only thing that you need to learn is when you use my system, basically is the basic information of what is trading. So you have to know what is trading. You have to know what is the meaning of lot sizes. You have to know uh, the pairs. You have to know just the basic stuff. So probably you can just get from any website or from any YouTube channel. And then to use my system, there's no hassle at all. So it's just plug and play. Once you just install according to the previous tutorials that I elaborated very well, and then from there you just need to grow your account. So as you can see that right now I can even trade at 0.5. I know that soon I'm going to reach, probably I'm putting the lot size 3 and all that. But at the end of the day, I enjoy trading. In fact, somehow I call my system, it's a system which I use to download money. uh, it's a joke kind of way, but that is the truth, and I'm so proud that I managed to reach this far because I believe that in some days this system has to work, and I knew that I can only succeed in forex, whereby I trade my own way and then I develop something at the end of the day which is going to be quite good for other people who are also the newbies or who have experienced my situation, because there was a point where I got very frustrated and nothing was working. But every day I woke up, I knew that there was a day that I'm going to develop something which is going to be very useful and for everyone could use it. And I can see now the fruits of my struggles. And right now is that anyone that I've given my system, they are really enjoying, and they're saying it's quite easy compared to other systems. And in fact, right now, most of the people that I've given them, they get constant profit. So that's my happiness. At the end of the day is that we just need to help out people. And in fact, I'm selling it very cheaply, only at $258, and I'm not really planning to increase the price at all. The reason behind is that I would have sold this maybe in thousands of dollars, because I know you're gonna make thousands of dollars. But I just put 258 for anyone could access this, and anyone could use it. And I know that if you use my system, the $258. In fact, if you start with let's say capital of $20 to start trading, you can use it. You can generate the 258 within just a week. That one I'm very much sure, and even I myself, even this time, I started at $30, and now I'm very five, and the month is not really ended. So this is the very good system that anyone can use, and in case you face any problem, you can always get me, on the email. You can give a comment on my YouTube channel, and on helping people. So I'll be very much glad to get disturbed on helping you out, so that at the end of the day is that everybody lives happy, because I really don't focus on money. That's why I would have, maybe I wouldn't even put it online for anyone could access. But I want anyone who is enthusiastic about forex trading, they can use my system at a very cheap price. And the other thing is that you can use a broker. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.